up, everybody, in AFC Championship Chiefs Kingdom? 6 straight years. How's it going, fellas?
I think it's going pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but
Well, I'm happy.
I'm ahead of the
Happy too.
swag game. I already have the Jason Kelsey beanie. Okay, I'm already rocking it. All right.
You're not shirtless, and you didn't slam a beer in front of somebody.
That's good. I've never wanted an athlete's body more than I want Jason Kelsey's body, and I think that's obtainable. It's about realistic goals in 2024. I think I can get there.
You can get a lot of
you gotta
beers.
eat a whole lot of food and drink a whole lot of beer, my friend.
You know what? And that is a challenge that I'm willing to accept for the betterment of myself and Chiefs Kingdom.
Hey, man, what a game! What a game! What a game! They played out their shoes. That was actually the best performance I've seen them have all year, and it really was.
100% agree with you.
That was the best performance all year, from start to finish. Now, look, we know that without Nadi in there, that you could tell it hurt us because Cook gashed us for a long time, and Thornton what's his name? Can't even think of his name right now. Wharton, he's not good. Not good at stopping the run anyway. I'll put it that way. So they pulled everything they could, and they did it. And that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. Everybody did their job. Kelsey, how about Kelsey? How about Pacheco?
Showed up. Young Kelsey in his prime.
Yeah, man. I thought he was washed. Everybody was saying he was washed, man. Yep. Kelsey played out his shoes.
Hadn't had a touchdown in 7 weeks. Got 2 today.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Bills for 45 seconds. They did a really good job running the football. James Cook and Josh Allen and Ty Johnson came up with 182 yards against Kansas City. Josh Allen had those 2 rushing touchdowns. But Kansas City, looked like Kansas City of old. When was the last time that Patrick Mahomes had more 20-plus yard plays than incompletions? That's what we saw today. He had 6 incompletions and 8 passes or plays of 20-plus yards. The Kansas City offense. I can't tell you the last time that happened. It was impressive. It was a great performance by the Chiefs defense in the second half. They gave up 7 points in the second half. They put
Mahomes
down,
is on the field right now. He was doing this shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and then motherfucker off my back.
Back and forth. Second half comes out. Steve Spagnuolo, one of the best adjustment makers in football, was able to come out and he shut the Bills' offense down. Right?
Yeah,
it allowed Kansas City stayed in it just long enough. And then once they figured out how to play against Josh Allen and the Bills this time around, they did it. Kansas City didn't miss a beat, and they were able to continue to keep this game close. And that's what we were expecting, right? All of us chose this game within a field goal. That's exactly what happened. A couple of unfortunate things happened. McDuffie gave up, or Snead gave up his first touchdown of the year. But, I can live with that. Kansas City's defense gave up more than 20 points, and they still won. So, look, great game, obviously. I hate to take over the show, but I just want to get those thoughts out of the way. Anybody else got anything?
Here's the thing real quick. Yeah, that on Snead, I got to tell you, I don't think anybody would have thought that ball was catchable. It was an inch off the ground. It looked like it was going out of bounds. Snead did what he was, should have done for the most part. If he would have done anything more, it would have been a pass interference call. So he did. He played the game the right way. I agree with you, Chris Jones fan. I don't know what the fuck is going on with McColl, but it is what it is.
Stop trusting McColl. It's been we've never seen nothing change in the 6-7 years he's been here.
Yeah,
guys, what did I say? Positive show.
I know.
Positive show. This negative energy that you're pushing out, that's for Tuesday. That's for later in the week. This is a positive show.
Well, here's the thing. All I can say is Kelsey did a great job. He played back to Kelsey. He played very good football tonight, all the way around. Pacheco played very good football. Mahomes played very good football. The defense did everything they could as far as the wide receivers were concerned. Of course, Cook got a little yards. It is what it is. You were missing a couple of your best defensive interior guys in there to rotate in and out. And Willie Gay was out with the neck injury.
What is real quick? Is that bad?
I mean, it's not great. From what I heard,
We need
it was
people
just
to
a
get out there
stinger,
more.
but it was a stinger, but the stinger lasted longer than they thought it was going to. So, and it came back. I mean, if anybody's ever had one, it sucks. I mean, they can last for a couple of weeks if you're not treated correctly. So it's basically a nerve that's completely pinched off, and it hurts like hell. So
Can they just massage, work it out, or how's that?
when it's a pinched nerve, usually it's pushed on by a swollen muscle, and it hurts like hell. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it other than hopefully the swelling goes down. You get enough heat and cold on it, and just go from there. But hey, man, he played his best he could. Nick Bolton had a good game. Everybody had a good game. I mean, McDuffie, man, Justin Reed was putting the hammer down on people, bro. That dude just doesn't let up. Justin Reed doesn't let up. He had a couple of I think he played a little too far off the ball a couple of times, or off the receiver, I should say. But that's okay because he was out there putting the hammer down on people hard. So what a hard fought win. Nobody thought Mahomes was going to win a game on the road. He never done it before. Blah, 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 blah. What have we been telling you guys for 4 years? The man is more dominant on the road. He likes to embarrass you in his own home, and he finally admitted it just this year. So, I mean, at least publicly, it is what it is. The man is too damn good. This team is too good, and our coaches are too good. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I don't think, honestly, I don't know if McDermott will have a job after tomorrow.
I just want to add on to your touchdown point real quick. Or Patrick Mahomes has the most passing touchdowns on the road since 2018. He has 119. So this is before this game.
Yeah.
He has 119. The guy in second place is Kirk Cousins at 83.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
record.
a significant gap. Look, I mean, I'm still obviously you're pumped about it. This is the kind of game that you wanted. This is sort of what you were expecting in a way, kind of. I didn't think that Kansas City's defense was going to get chewed up as much of the run game as they did. I also didn't think that MVS would have 2 catches for 62 yards. So, live and learn.
Nobody thought that. Nobody thought MVS was going to catch anything. But you know what? Give the guy his props. He showed up. He made the catches. He did what he needed to do, and he helped us win a game.
He did. He was a huge. I mean, both of those conversions were huge.
Yeah, huge. So, with Butker being out there and playing as well as he did, everybody just played out of their shoes. Even on the punt return game and the kick return game, they were on top of it. Richie James did his job and did it well. He put us in great positions every time. When he was able to run the ball out, he brought the ball out, and he did a good job with it. What's up, man? He said, what do we think about safety Connor play? I think he played well. I mean, I don't think he had a bad game.
Yeah,
I
he
think
made
played
one
pretty
mistake on that 4th down. He should have been the one running with the running back out of the backfield. But,
Yes.
Live and learn type stuff. I think he played pretty well. So, I mean, I didn't realize that he was starting until they pointed it out.
Yeah.
I think he played pretty well, all things considered.
He didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice but to start. I mean, they didn't have a choice but to start him, I should say. Look, man, the interior, when I found out that Noddy wasn't playing, I kind of had a feeling the inside of the, because with what Cook did to us last time with Noddy in the game, I kind of thought, okay, this is not going to be good. And he ran up the middle every single time. There was no outside to it. It was up the middle. So that's something that they'll have to work on, especially going into this Baltimore game, in Baltimore for that matter. But, hey, man, what a great win. What do you got, Caleb?
I agree. I mean, to see what they're able to do, the offense moving the ball, the defense stepped up. I mean, had some playmakers, which was great. Now, the Noddy injury is a little concerning. Willie Gay is a little concerning. But I think that when the Chiefs played the Ravens, they're going to have to do a better job of signing the quarterback because Lamar's going to run. And they got some weapons. So it's going to take a heck of an effort. I feel like I was listening to postgame before I came here to the show with you guys. I think it was Coach Cower on CBS the postgame was saying that this game could have been a whole lot worse if McColl didn't just fumble.
Yeah.
And I do agree with him. It's going to be interesting to see kind of what happens. I'm just concerned moving to this AFC Championship game because normally when the Chiefs lose in the AFC Championship games, it's because the weakness throughout the season bites them in the butt. First year against the Patriots, no defense. The second time, whenever I think it was the Bengals. It was the Bengals. the offense just couldn't get together with Bieniemy and all those issues. This the wide receivers be a problem, so I don't know. We'll see.
Philip put it in the chat. He says Tyler Bass must be related to Scott Norwood or Ray Finkel.
That's pretty good.
That is the third reference today from 3 different people to that movie.
God.
So thank you.
That's good
Philip.
times. That's good times.
Let's just let's go on. Let's talk about the offensive MVP. Who wants to go first? I think JP, you go first for this. I think.
Okay. I'm giving it to Kelsey. The man went 7 weeks, no touchdown. Last week I think he had 56 yards or something like that. He it's been a hard 6-7 weeks for him.
Mm-hmm.
And today he came out 2 touchdowns. I think he had 90
5 catches, 75 yards.
Yeah, 5 catches, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Had a hell of a game. He was blocking well. He blocked the right people. Look, man, he needed that game. Him and Mahomes. By the way, let's just give him props. Him and Mahomes passed Gronk and Brady.
Yep,
on those touchdowns.
There we go.
That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. It was tied, and then he passed it with that second touchdown, and that's huge right there.
And now, I mean, Kelsey's now on the heels of the only other playoff touchdown record is Jerry Rice.
Yeah, that's it.
How many is that?
I think he's 5 or 6 away. He has 16, and I think Jerry Rice has 22
touchdowns.
Yeah,
in the playoffs. In the playoffs.
So
he could get there in a couple seasons.
It's going to take some more time, but I mean, when you're talking about the only guy in front of you is Jerry Rice, you're doing something right.
Well, and let's think about this. Jerry Rice also played. Was it 17,
a long time?
17 years, 18 years in the league,
under 2 different Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
Correct. This is Kelsey playing. This is his 11th season. If it takes him even 1 or 2 more years, that's all that really matters. What's up, Scott? Yes, we won, and we did a good job of doing it. 5,000 years Jerry Rice played. Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, he's played a hell of a game. He's had a hell of a career, so we got to give him props on that. But I give it to Kelsey. It was a great game on his part. He helped us win that game. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have won it. So that's simple.
All right, Caleb.
You're muted out, bro.
Sorry, my fault. I've been coughing a bunch. I have to give it to Pacheco. When his number is called, he is able to get those yards. And that first run after the missed field goal, he picked up 6 yards and kept on trucking and then got to the 9. He got 9 yards. That guy can play. And the Chiefs got to figure out something because I'm concerned the future, later down the line, he may get injury-ridden, but this guy is dominant.
Yeah, he is.
He is helping us. Like that touchdown he had, he just knocked the guy over.
Yeah.
Great guy. He's done a lot of fantastic. I can't wait to see what he's going to continue to do. And we're going to need him against Baltimore. I'm telling you that right now. We need some hard-nosed guys, and he's going to be one of them. I got to give it to Pacheco.
Yeah, 15 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. He had that long 29-yard touchdown. He also had a reception for 14 yards, so went over 100 yards from scrimmage. I think the Chiefs ran the ball just enough. You're right. I mean, he cleared the way out, right? I mean, he on that first and 10 drive, he got 9 yards, and from that point, you knew it's like I got 2 downs to get 1 yard. And this game's over. And that's when, I mean, I stood up on the couch. I started hugging my family. And I was like, this is it. This is over. I was able to call it. So you just knew that Pacheco, when he gets the ball and you need 10 hard yards, he's going to be able to get it. I mean, this was just fantastic. As
far as Tooney is concerned, what I heard was he's going to be okay. He should be ready for next week. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. The first thing I did was call. I texted originally to find out about what's his name with the concussion, and then I thought, man. Then when Tooney went down, they actually texted me back, and they said he should be okay for next week. They just wanted to make sure he was good. So he should be fine.
How is Mike
I wouldn't
Edwards,
worry too much.
real quick?
It was Mike Edwards did have a concussion.
We'll see.
Yeah, he should be fine next week. They said it wasn't like a grade 3 concussion. It wasn't like he was falling over or stumbling. It was just enough to make him not pass. So
they were hitting hard.
Yep. So anyway,
Quentin.
Who you got, Quentin?
My offensive MVP, man, it's difficult. I think there's a couple of ones. I think I'm gonna go with Tyler Bass. I think he did a great job for Kansas City today. No, I'm gonna give mine to Patrick Mahomes. I know that there's a couple. I want to give it to MVS because what he just did was out of character for what we've seen this year, and it was a good redemption arc. But look, Patrick Mahomes completed all of his deep passes for a total of 84 yards. This is from Next Gen Stats. Is his most deep completions in the game this season. He completed 6 of 7 of his passes versus man coverage for 102 yards and a touchdown. He also completed a season high plus 7.6% of passes over expected. If you look at his passing tree, which you guys know I'm a big fan of the passing chart to see, where exactly all these completions come from, it's all over the board. He's got 4 or 5 that are near behind the line of scrimmage. He's got a ton, 6, 7, 8 passes that are near the 10-yard mark. So he was passing the ball all over the place. Even though he wasn't under a ton of pressure, he was able to make some magic. And this was the kind of game that we needed from Patrick Mahomes. And I didn't think that this offense was capable of having so many deep passes and being able to get so many deep plays that weren't built specifically yards after the catch, right?
Yes.
I mean, there were a lot of plays that they got most of the yards came from air yards, and we have not seen that from this offense this year at all. So I'm going to give it to Patrick Mahomes, but I want to sidebar MVS in there just because, I mean, he was, like we talked a little bit about earlier, a big part of this team. But
he was. And also, by the way, this Mahomes was 4 of 5 on plays 20-plus yards, and we haven't seen that all year long either.
Exactly.
So that's pretty strong. Look, it was between his run and also the passes, but everything he did right. We got to give him credit for that. He did it right. What's up, Joe? Yeah, man. I mean, Mahomes is Mahomes, dude. You can't deny that guy. It's him and then everybody else. He is Mahomes Mountain. He is. No matter how you look at it, the guy will figure out a way to win you a game. And he did it today. It's that simple. He said, what did he say? He said, I just can't believe it's 6 straight AFC West championships. I know, man. Yeah. I mean, look, and here's the thing. You know what's crazy? Here's a crazy stat. Everybody brags about Brady and does all this shit. Brady didn't have more than 2 hosted in a row. Ever. We hosted 5 straight, and we're going to 6. Now, Brady went to 8 straight. He went to 8 AFC championships straight, but I think we're going to surpass that. I think Mahomes is going to pass Brady very quickly in his young career on that 8 straight AFC West championship games. I don't doubt this a bit.
No.
So anyway,
defense. Let's knock through these defensive guys real quick before we wrap up the show.
Yeah. Defense, man. It's so hard because everybody played so well. The easy one would be to give it to Snead or give it to McDuffie. I got to tell you, I almost want to give it to Justin Reed.
I'd be good with that.
Justin Reed was all over the field, east and west, north and south, hammering people, putting the hammer down on everybody, including Josh Allen when he tried a little too much. He reads offenses so well.
He Justin Reeds.
Yeah. Case. He is just that guy. He really is that guy. And I got to give him all the credit in the world. Thank God we have him, I got to say. Because I don't know that this defense would be nearly as good without him in the secondary.
I mean, I'm there with you. I think he did a great job. 11 total tackles, second in the team, led the team in solo tackles, and was a thumper in that second half. I know he didn't make a lot of plays early in that game, but in the second half, man, he must have said something to the locker room because he came out hitting. And it was a big part of how he stuck Josh Allen on one of those runs that kept him getting a first down. So, Justin Reed deserves a ton of credit for the attitude of this defense in the second half and just coming out ready to play. Plus,
absolutely,
he did a good job covering the tight ends, and they have a couple of good ones. I'm totally good with you giving it to Justin Reed. Caleb, who you got?
I got to go to Bolton. Bolton again. This guy is heavy hitting linebacker. Move what he had to do, sideline to sidelines, was dominant. every time I look at Bolton, he has done what the Chiefs need to do and more. He is going to be better and greater than the great Derek Johnson. I'm telling you this right now. Nick Bolton is in the making to do some great things for this team even more. And he has an opportunity to prove it even more against a running quarterback, as we see with Lamar Jackson, because they got to be locked in, because the stuff they had today with Josh Allen running where you can't do that with. You cannot do that against Lamar, or he will get you worse. And they got to tackle too. So
Yeah.
I think they're ready, but Nick Bolton's going to have to set the tone. But this game showed us, like, hey, this man is here to stay.
Yeah.
I think that's also a good pick. He actually led the team in tackles with 13. He was in second in solo tackles with 5. He was all over the field. He was put in some bad situations all throughout the game just because of the way that their defense or their offense was playing. He was trying to cover tight ends all game long. But yeah, I'm with you there. Nick Bolton, he's been a solid part of this defense all year. We've seen what this defense looks like without him. He is obviously the best linebacker on the team, and Nick Bolton, you know, he was a great reason why Kansas City later in the game was able to limit some of those big run gashes. So, yeah. I'm also there with you, Nick Bolton. For me, mine's going to sound a little biased because I've been on the Chamari Connor train since he got drafted. But look, this is a young guy. I don't think we can call him rookies anymore because you're heading to the AFC Championship games. So you've been through an entire season plus a couple extra games. But man, Chamari Connor had 10 total tackles, 8 solo tackles, tied with Reed for second most solo tackles. And he was moving all over the field. I know he made a couple of mistakes, specifically on that 4th and 4 when they were able to throw the ball to the flat and pick up the first down. That was on him. But you know what? Man, Chamari Connor was out there playing like a veteran in a lot of cases. So I'm gonna give it to him just because I think he deserves a shout out for all the work that he did and the situations he was put in. Since Buffalo changed their offensive coordinator, their offense has become more sophisticated and has become overall less Josh Allen magic dependent and more of a solid like NFL offense. And so Chamari Connor was put in a situation a ton of times being picked on. And I think he came out and all things considered played a very good game, clean game, and he deserves a ton of credit for what this defense did. But, you know, everybody on this defense played a role. Like you said, JP, we could have given it to McDuffie or Snead because both of those guys played well. Stephon Diggs is still one of the best wide receivers in the league. I think he's near the top of that next tier. So he's a top 10 wide receiver. And, you know,
we limited him to 26 yards.
Yeah, this Chiefs defense kept him from blowing up. The top receiver of the day is Dalton Kincaid with 45 yards. So once again, this team prevented another, you know, top wide receiver from blowing the doors off, and they again prevented a number 1 wide receiver from, you know, getting multiple touchdown scores. It was Shakir that scored that touchdown. So they didn't let the top playmakers take over the game. That's how you continue to beat teams like Buffalo. So this entire defense, and even though it was a little rough in the first half, stepped up big.
Hey, and look, we talked about this, you know, and I want to thank McDermott for trying to do that fake kick. That was great. I want to thank him for that.
Yeah, I'd once again like to shout out Tyler Bass for being the real MVP.
Thank you, Tyler Bass.
I got to tell you something. McDermott ranks right up there with him because that was dumb. That really could have cost. That pretty much cost him.
It was so obvious.
McCole Hardman really busted him out there.
Yeah. He said Nick Bolton is a version of Ray Lewis.
Version of Ray Lewis.
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, pretty damn close. And I agree with you. What's his say? I am Glove. Edwards is a difference maker. He absolutely is. We've been saying this since he came here. The guy, every time he's on the field, he makes just a huge impact. And he's another one that is just constantly in your face and reading offenses very well. I don't know, man. We've got a really good football team here, and everybody started clicking when it needed to click. Rice again played very well until he got hurt. And he still came out and played. You know, he got hurt twice in this game. The one I was a little nervous about because it was his back. But he got slammed down on his back pretty hard. And when he walked off looking like a duck, I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But, hey, man, he did it. You know, they all did it. So shout out to everybody. And I want to say this: Dalton Kincaid is a damn good tight end. I wish we would have got him in the draft.
Yep.
He's a damn good tight end. I knew he was going to be. I wanted him in with the Chiefs. The Chiefs wanted him. Nobody would trade with them. Nobody would trade up with the Chiefs because they knew that's probably who they were going to pick, and they just didn't. They wouldn't do it.
Let the Eagles get Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
Why can't they get someone?
Yeah,
Yep.
Just saying, but
hey, man,
another day this all season.
I told you guys before what I heard, and don't be surprised if you don't hear that McDermott's fired by tomorrow.
We get to push back our off-season conversations another day, or another week. Shout out Matthew Smiley, the special teams coordinator for the Bills. He did a great job today. We will be back on Tuesday, where we will talk about everything that happened in this game and looking back at some other stuff, and probably a little sneak peek into the championship game. We'll probably take a look at an early injury report too, just because there was a lot of guys that got banged up. But we'll take more of a deep dive into mainly what happened here before heading into our other show on Thursday, where we're talk about the Arrowhead Invitational taken on the road this year. So
now it's just the AFC Championship Invitational.
No.
I think
it's the on the road version of the Arrowhead Invitational. So
Joe said he wants a rematch of the Lions in the Super Bowl.
That would be fun. First game, man. Last game.
Look here. For the 49ers just barely beat Green Bay. It was close. So who knows? Who knows?
I think next Sunday is going to have two good matchups.
Absolutely.
Assuming Brock Purdy's arm stays intact again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's lasted through these games, so hopefully
he did last year too.
Yeah.
I believe that is it. That's all we got.
Yep. Well, if everybody make sure you like and subscribe, and then join us on Tuesday. Make sure you join us on the PSF app for the Wednesday show, and then the AFC Championship game, and hopefully the Super Bowl. With that being said, we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy the win.